talk to you about the Mitsubishi XPander. Now, I know that this is not exactly a new car. However, it has some abilities that not many people know about. It's priced at a little under 100,000 ringgit, 99,800 ringgit to be exact, which means it's not exactly cheap for a 7-seater. Now think about this, this is supposed to be in the same segment as the likes of the Alza and the Veloz, which makes it roughly about the same price as the Veloz. It has the same number of seats, but it has some skills that perhaps the Veloz needs to prove itself against. Skills such as this. Now this is getting onto a roller conveyor over here, and what this is supposed to do, it's supposed to show what happens when the car loses traction. Now watch this. So basically what we saw there was a situation where the car loses traction, where obviously traction control is off, and when the traction control is on. The XPander is a front-wheel drive machine, so obviously with the traction control on, it works better and gets you out of slippery conditions. Now there are other challenges here as well. Let's go take a look, and I'm about to jump into the driver's seat and bring you more from the driver's seat. Hey guys, we would just like to take a couple of seconds to tell you about BH Petrol's Infinity Raw 95 Euro 4M. Now this is unlike any other petrol out there because it features advanced German additives. What these additives do is that they go into your engine, they clean out all the deposits that have formed inside your engine from years before, and if you continue using Infinity Raw 95 Euro 4M from BH Petrol, you're basically ensuring that your engine continuously runs clean. But not only that, BH Petrol's Raw 95 Euro 4M also features 90% reduced sulfur. That's a 90% reduction in sulfur, guys. That is not only great for your engine, but it's wonderful for the environment. So the next time you pour BH Petrol, know that you're making the right choice. Now this is the first challenge. This is called the log roll challenge. Well, you're not going to see it. There's no logs actually over here, but basically it's just to show off the suspension abilities of the XPander. Now this is something that will probably be better felt from inside the car rather than from the outside, but as you can see, suspension soaks it up quite well. Now the following challenge is called the Side Traverse Challenge, and this is to showcase what happens when the Mitsubishi XPander is put into, well, uncomfortable situations. And as we can see, it handles it quite nicely. So there's a yellow line over there, and it's supposed to show where the tire is supposed to be. Now take a look at that angle. There's one wheel that is already lifted in the air, and that was done really easily. Now obviously you're not going to find your XPander in such a situation very often, or perhaps never, but just in case that you do, know that the XPander will be able to handle it. Now let's check out the next challenge. Okay, so flooding is obviously a very big issue in Malaysia, no matter where you live, right? So now Mitsubishi is going to show off its water wading abilities. Let's check this out. Now obviously it may not be able to handle very deep water, but water such as this is roughly about slightly under 2 feet, should be able to handle it. No issues, as we just saw. So we're starting off at the first station. It's called Log and Roll, and as my friend here said, it's supposed to simulate the conditions of day-to-day driving, potholes and such. So let's see how the Xpander, particularly the suspension of the Xpander, handles this. Let's go. Slow enough?
Yeah. You can go slightly faster on that.
Right. Nothing.
Nothing.
A lot of noise, but don't really feel it back into the cabin. Yeah.
It doesn't kick you throughout the...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So second station is called the Agility Challenge. It's meant to show off the turning radius of the Mitsubishi Xpander. It is, after all, quite a large car. It's a 7-seater after all. So it's supposed to demonstrate the ease of maneuvering in tight areas when it comes to the Xpander. Take my photo, so...
Okay, guys, once you're ready, let's go.
Let's do this. Wow, actually, never really noticed. Well, I've got to be honest, because I've never really driven the Xpander. So this is my first time driving the Xpander, and I've got to say that the turning radius on this car...
Because you can't see the front either.
Yeah.
So even if I switch on just for reference purpose,
you can't really tell.
Yeah.
And the front overhang is actually quite a lot of overhang at the front.
Correct.
So, yeah, that was impressive. What do you say the turning radius was? 5.2?
5.2.
5.2 meters, So, third station, known as the roller conveyor, is meant to show off the traction control abilities, the traction abilities of the Mitsubishi Xpander. Let's do this. Okay. So we're starting with the traction control on.
Yes. The car straight. This, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, now as you look at the mirror, you can stop.
All right, got it.
You switch off the 4 seconds. Light on. Okay.
Done.
Now you just release the brake. Do not throttle up. Okay, you see?
Yeah.
Okay, now you give it a little bit again. Okay, now you brake. Switch on the traction. One press. Yeah. Now you throttle. One press is already engaged. Only switching off is 4 seconds.
Right.
Safety.
So, what happens when you turn off the traction control? Well, obviously you don't get any traction at all. So now that the traction control is on,
throttle up a bit.
There you go. Magic.
Slight traverse is to show you how rigid the chassis is. Even though at an angle the car is still stable, because once you get at this angle, the rear wheel
will hang off. Yeah.
So keep going.
So let's do this.
Yeah.
Side traverse challenge.
Yeah. Keep the steering straight.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. You look at the side mirror there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There.
Alright.
Easy peasy.
Walk in the park.
Side traverse challenge.
Because this car ground clearance is 205.
Yep, it's slightly higher.
Yep. Right.
So this is the Devil's Slope. It's meant to showcase the abilities of the car to traverse through regular floodwaters in and around KL, which happens quite a lot. So let's do this.
Steering left. Oh, sorry, right. Okay. Steering straight. Okay, as you go down, just release the brake. Do not accelerate.
Okay.
You can also see from here as the camera gets submerged.
Okay.
Right. So
release the brake, huh?
Really slow. You got to control. Sorry, my bad. Control and go down.
Oh, they bottomed out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, slowly you can exit.
Oh, it's right at the camera.
Okay. Left.
Can't see.
Yeah, good actually. Okay, once it's flat out, you stop. Yeah, okay. Here, brake, slowly go down.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys, the excellent day-to-day abilities of the Mitsubishi XPander. Keep in mind, I've never driven the XPander before this. I'm particularly impressed by the turning radius of the XPander. The suspension has done excellent at soaking up the ruts and holes that day-to-day roads can throw at you here in KL or anywhere for that matter. Its water wading abilities particularly have been quite impressive. I would love to see the Toyota Veloz and the Perodua Alza handle something like that as well. Well, all I can say is very impressive, the Mitsubishi XPander. Thank you for watching. I'm Kashi Dylan. As usual, do consider subscribing.